So, Walter, the tempo of this offense gets a lot of attention. In college, you're going to play at tempo at times, 2-minute situations, but doing this constantly, how hard is it? Was it an adjustment for you? What was that like?
I'm used to a high tempo offense, but even this offense, it's super duper high tempo. But all the conditioning we do with Coach Mike and our O line coaches, I mean, they do a good job of keeping us in good shape.
Can you do it 60 minutes?
Yes.
Yeah.
And we also have the depth to do so.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Left guard, is that where you were playing mostly?
Yes.
Talk about just playing in the system. I mean, what are some of the differences, the nuances that you had before that you had to kind of throw out and doesn't really apply to what you're doing now?
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that?
Well, just the differences. What the differences in what you were used to for your career to what you're doing now. What are some of those differences?
I'd say in my previous offense, they're sort of similar.
Okay.
They're not too different. I mean, there's definitely concepts that are tweaked a little bit, but my previous offense and this offense are sort of similar in the same way, but I believe this one, will be fine.
A lot of zone blocking.
A lot of zone blocking, a lot of inside zone, a lot of quick passes, stuff like that. I'm used to that.
Do you have as much quarterback run and option stuff as this one did previously?
Sort of.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of. That's one of the reasons why I like the offense is because I'm sort of used to it.
You said you're working on mostly left guard. Is that what you said?
Yes.
So what other, because Coach Bignell's talked about needing versatility, everyone needing to be play everywhere else on the offensive line. What other spots on the line are you also comfortable with if needed, or maybe need to work on more if you were thrown into that position?
Right guard. I do have a little bit of experience at tackle, and I have snapped a little bit. So, like, not necessarily an expert in those areas, but
How long ago did you snap?
I snapped a little bit this spring. I didn't practice at center, but like I would snap. Yeah.
So when you were looking to transfer, was the system a big draw for you? What was it that ultimately made you decide?
The trust, and it's weird. I have a different scenario because two of my former coaches, Coach Ryan Stanchek and Coach Greg Fry. Ryan Stanchek was a 3-time All-American here under Coach Rodriguez. He told me what Coach Rodriguez is all about. And my other coach, Coach Greg Fry, phenomenal coach, he also told me a lot about what Coach Rodriguez is about. And a lot of the time in the portal, it's about who can you really trust. Like, everybody's trying to sell you something, but you don't really know until you actually get there. And I was sold partially because I had two former coaches that told me what West Virginia is going to be like.
Were you aware, did Rich talk to Stanchek and Fry at all about you? Were you aware of any of that, or?
No.
No.
Not until after I think I committed. Yeah. But I talked to them before.
Kind of going off of that, did Ryan Switzer is also a wide receiver coach. He's a native of West Virginia. Did he tell you what life might be like here, living here in the state?
He did not. But he did talk a little bit about his journey to me a little bit, but no, he didn't talk too much about it.
What did Ryan and Coach Fry tell you about Rich? Because they could fill in a lot of blanks, I'm sure.
Yeah, he's just the slogan, the motto, hard edge. I mean, it's his way, and it works, and it's a proven method.
Do you remember your first college game that you played in?
Yep, Jack State.
How about that? Small world, right?
Yeah.
Did you have any? I mean, you had no idea, but did you? I don't know if you look back at that way they played. It's very early for Rich, but anything about that experience that kind of stands out now?
Not particularly. It is something cool to look back on, but no, nothing really stands out other than it was my first snaps. It was one of the best nights of my life.
Well, there's reading some about your heritage, your background growing up. How important has some of those things been to you? It looked like from a couple of quotes that I read that that's been a big part of your life.
Yeah, my two goals playing this sport are, one, to glorify God, and then I do want to honor my tribe and my family. My tribe's been there most of my growing up. My grandpa was the chairman. He was the treasurer for 40 plus years. I mean, I'm really close with my Kiowa Tribe.
I was reading a little bit about that too. The Kiowa Gourd, I think, community or tribe.
Kiowa Gourd clan.
Yeah, that said you you dance and do everything. Have you shown anybody else that, or is that just
No.
reserved for those days?
It's kind of like a private thing. Now I talk about it openly, but like the location and stuff like that, like it's a little private. But like the dances and stuff, I could show that to people, but I get a little awkward doing that.
From
You spent
Oklahoma.
most of your life in Oklahoma, man.
Yeah.
What's it like getting out of there, getting away from there, number one, and number two, having grown up in the shadow of Oklahoma University?
It's a little cooler up here, that's for sure. But no, yeah, less wind. Growing up in the shadow of Oklahoma, honestly, I haven't thought about it too much. Like I was always focused about, and why I picked Tulsa. There was a couple reasons why I walked on. One was the education. I wanted the education because I don't know what's in store for me afterwards. Football's done, but I know that degree from Tulsa would have been a good one to get. That's one of the reasons why I went there. I wasn't thinking too much about the shadow of Oklahoma.
Walter, you mentioned walking on. Obviously, WVU has a huge tradition of walk-ons going on to success. I mean, talk about that journey of being a walk-on, earning that scholarship, and now getting to this point where you're at a Power 4 program.
Yeah, that was a scary time in my life, honestly, because I mean, being a walk-on and the education at Tulsa is $70,000 a year, and taking money from your grandma, I mean, that sucks. But the pressure from that definitely, like, pressure builds diamonds. The pressure from that moment and what I wanted to do and what the scholarship meant to my family, how it would honor them and how it would glorify God. I mean, that definitely pushed me. And then even after I got the scholarship, there was still work to do and to glorify God and stuff like that. So
The decision to come here, it's a completely different way of life than you were accustomed to. Was it a feeling of wanting to branch out and do something different? What was the thought process? I mean, it's a different part of the country, different topography, the whole 9 yards from what you're used to.
yeah, coming back to my coaches, I wanted to know what I was getting into with the program. You know, like, and just having that little connection, unlike it's not direct connection, but having that little connection to Coach Rodriguez before I even really met him, I mean, that definitely made me want to come play here.
But you're stepping out of your comfort zone a little bit.
Yeah,
I mean, to
well,
do that.
I've always been stepping out of my comfort zone,
Okay.
I believe. When I walked on, I mean, I was scared, but I'm not scared no more. But
Did your grandparents know anything about American football or other family members? And if they didn't, what was their reaction when you tried to explain to them what you were going to be doing?
they're big basketball players. A bunch of Indians are big basketball players. Not too many Indian football players, but yeah, my grandma's she was very supportive. Yeah.
So did you ever play basketball?
I did. I was horrible. I made the C team. Yeah, I don't really want to. That was bad.
You did not threaten Trey Young's record after high school?
No, not at all.
Can you walk us through, what you guys are doing on this offensive line is pretty much unheard of, right? All new positions.
Yep.
You started from scratch. Walk us through from spring, the new additions of players that came in post-spring, because your unit is the hardest to get synchronicity to. How, in your view, has that evolved?
We've definitely become we have more chemistry as a unit as opposed to when the spring started, and I hope that'd be the case. When the spring started, I definitely say it was all new. Some players were playing new positions that they weren't used to, stuff like that. But as it went on, as a good unit would hope to do, we did gain chemistry, and we do know each other a little bit better. And because of that, I think we play a little bit better too.
Walter, is there anything else that you would want fans to know about your background or your tribe or where you came from? Because your success even to get to this point, you mentioned, is kind of unique already. And I imagine there's maybe some pressure that you feel to keep on having success maybe.
All I want to do is I want to see how far we can go. Because I mean, as I've played, unfortunately, I've never had a winning record in college, and I believe we can win, and I think our chemistry is very good, and I just can't wait.
Did you grow up facing much discrimination, being an American Indian, or
Not at all.
no? Maybe
Nope.
it's because you're 6'5" or
No, not at all.
Oklahoma, possibly because.
There's a bunch of Indians in Oklahoma in the first place, though. I think there's the most Indians in the USA in Oklahoma.